First of all, I live in a house full of women, my wife and two daughters in southwestern Virginia. You could probably call me a homebody, even though my wife would probably disagree, because whenever I'm home, I'm not inside, I'm outside. But when I say I'm a homebody, that means I basically love getting outdoors, getting dirty. I'm probably the only person driving around my small southern Virginia town with a stand-up paddleboard on the top of my pickup truck. But anytime I can get to water and do activity like that, I jog a little bit, but I wouldn't call myself a runner, even though I enjoy getting out and running trails and stuff like that. Being an exercise and sports medicine professional, you'd think I had this perfect exercise regime where I had this regimented time where I work out, but it's not like that at all. In an afternoon, if it's not raining, and we'll get outside and do some kettlebells, but I would much rather be involved in an activity or maybe even a sport or just out doing some adventure than I would be actually doing a regimented workout, even though some days I can focus on it, some days I don't. I try never to force it and always wind up wanting to do it when I do it. But speaking of organization and regimen, that's not, I'm not the one in my house that does that. I'm not that. The great thing is I get to work with most of my friends. Most of the individuals I work with are also friends of like interest, and even though we're on the road sometimes lecturing together or writing together or working on athletes or patients together, these are the same people I hang out with, so I'm pretty lucky in that aspect. Oh my gosh, only 3 activities or exercises the rest of my life. I think running or jogging is fundamental, and whether we're natural born runners or not, I'm a big fan of just getting out and even if you're at a slow pace, just you know, doing some rhythmical steady state cardio. And I know a lot of people say, oh no, intervals are better, and believe it or not, breaking into a sprint is great about that, but the mental aspects of just doing the rhythmical activity are great. Fortunately, when you do trail running or you run on uneven terrain, it's almost intervals because you got a hill, then you got a valley, and then you're jumping over roots and stuff. So I love that aspect. When I'm trail running, it's not like pounding the pavement. I can go for a lot longer, and it's just because my interest is engaged. I'd have to have a paddle in my hand. I don't care whether it's canoeing, kayaking, stand-up paddleboard. I got to do that too. And lastly, fell in love with kettlebells a few years back, and I would probably just do get-ups and swings with kettlebells. Obviously, there are some other exercises and activities I would like to do, but if that's all I could do, I think with those 3 activities, I could probably remain sane and fit at the same time, and it's that delicate balance. I do my exercises for my sanity, as well as any amount of physicality or physical performance.